Good morning and welcome to Cindy's Kitchen. We are so glad that you're here today. If you are brand new, welcome. We are a cooking community. We talk, we chitty chat, we have fun. We're here about 45 minutes every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, 11 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. If you're not up for all that chitty chat, that's fine. Head on over to our YouTube channel, conveniently called Cindy's Kitchen, and you can watch the video that's been edited of all the chitty chat and find the recipe. Now, if you're not able to watch us live and you're watching the replay, don't forget to put hashtag replay and the state or country that you're from, because we keep track of all that. That being said, if you are looking for some fun, for some joy, for some happiness and some cooking, then welcome. Make sure you say hello and tell us where you're from. And with that, I say, good morning, Loisanne. Good to see you. Eileen from Northwest Houston, good to see you. There's my buddy Joanne. I have today where it's all about the fall. So I have my fall cup. I have my fall leaves cup because today we're doing all fall stuff. Hello, Gail from Chicagoland. Cheryl from Cypress, Texas is on. There's my Nina. Hey, Nina, good to see you. And thanks for the recipe, by the way. Vicky from OKC. Vicky, I hope you're warm and you have power now. Last week was hard on you guys. Oh, there's Margaret from Illinois. Good to see you, Margaret. Julie from Northwest Houston. Good to see you. I know, me too. It's a happy pattern, isn't it? And I love that, now this is the latte mug. I love that it's a traditional pattern, so it doesn't have the price of the, other. So, Diane from West Michigan. Who did I just miss right there? Hold on. Oh, Lois from New York. Oh, good morning. Oh, Janet's using her Monet bubble mug this morning. I'm a little jealous. I don't know that I have anything Monet yet. Judy from Illinois. Joan from Illinois. Hello, Donna Murnick. Good to see you. Lynn, good morning. Thank you. Mary Beth, I know. You're just down the road in Big Tomball. Good to see you, sweetheart. Donna, you're in Montgomery. Good to see you. Alabama. Montgomery, Illinois, Montgomery, Alabama. Which Montgomery, Donna? And good morning from the UK. It's good to see you, sweetheart. Cheers. Top of the morning. Hello, Kim. Good morning. All right, we should get started, shouldn't we? I'm so excited everybody's here. So we've started Illinois, Montgomery, Illinois. Okay, Donna, I thought so. So here's the deal. We have started November, and we are 23 days away from Thanksgiving. So what I thought was, from today until we hit Thanksgiving, we will do recipes that you could make for Thanksgiving. So I just want to give you some ideas. Now, this Thanksgiving may be different for you. And so I'm going to try to do some recipes that are smaller. So maybe it's just going to be two of you, right? Or one person or two people or a smaller. So I'm going to try to do some recipes that are smaller in size in case you're not having a big crowd because of COVID. That being said, you can always double or triple up. Good morning, Sandra. Where are you from, sweetie? I can't remember. Hello, Janet. Oh, you made the chocolate chip pumpkin cake. It was amazing. I know. I love that recipe. It's so moist, wasn't it, Janet? Didn't you think the cake itself was so moist? I love that recipe. Thank you for sharing that, Janet. Anyway, so let's get started, shall we? So, what's cooking in Cindy's kitchen this morning? Today we are making maple glazed carrots, yum, and a repeat, but I thought a good Thanksgiving morning recipe for two, the bacon smoked Gouda Quiche. So I know it's a repeat, but that's okay. Your doctor and his wife got COVID. Oh, it's not a good thing. All right, so raise your mugs or your glasses or your cups, whatever you're doing. Let's give a final cheer. Cheers. And here we go. You made the Reuben casserole. I know. The Reuben casserole did not last long in this house. We had it like for lunch and dinner. Moist, and you can taste the pumpkin. Janet, you're exactly right. I love that cake. All right, let's get started. Now, any of you Polish pottery nuts, and you know I am a Polish pottery nut, and have been watching More Polish Pottery's Facebook Lives, or on your app, right? That's how I watch it, on the More Polish Pottery free app that I have on my phone. You know that she had a big sale on pie plates the other day. And so I thought I'd do a few more things in pie plates in case you ordered one. Fairview, Tennessee, just outside of Nashville. Sandra, welcome. We're really glad you're here. I love Nashville. I've been there. And so I thought I'd do, in case you ordered some pie plates, I thought I'd give you some ideas for your pie plates. I ordered last night that deep dish one from Andy's. I can't wait till it comes in, because we're going to make a deep dish turkey pot pie. Oh, so good. All right, let's get started on our carrots, shall we? All right, so this is going to be a recipe for 2. And so obviously, if you have more that you're cooking for, you can double, triple, whatever. So I'm using a pie plate, just a little pie plate. I'm going to go ahead and give it a spray with some cooking spray. And I've preheated my oven to 400 degrees. 400 degrees. Hey, Tanya, good morning. Now, that being said, I bought carrots that had the stalks on them. I don't know, it's just something different. You don't have to use that. You can use a regular bag of carrots. You can use baby carrots. So whatever kind of carrots you have, I want you to use. I don't want you to feel like you have to use a particular type of carrot. Okay, so the only thing I would say is either thinner carrots or you're gonna have to cut them a little thinner, okay? Murphy's, oh good, you guys are close, Tanya and Sandra. All right, I've cut the tops off, I've cut the bottoms off, and I've washed them. Carrots, interestingly enough, I know that I grew up, anytime we used a carrot, I had to get the grater out, and I grated the carrots, right? The skin off. But really, you don't have to do that. All you have to do is, if you've got a scrubby, I mean, make sure, I wouldn't want to use the scrubby with soap on it, mind you, but use your scrubby and scrub them really well on the outside, ensuring that you're getting all the dirt and little particles off, and then dry them, and you're good. So you don't have to do the gratey thing. So, hello, Jan from Michigan. Good to see you guys. Now, that being said, I hope you can see the cutting board here. I'm going to tilt you down just a little bit. Even though these are thin, right, I'm going to cut them in half lengthwise. Now, if you're using baby carrots and they're very thick, you could quarter, or if you're using regular carrots that are like this one. See how that one's a little thicker? So I'm probably, because it's so thick, I'm going to cut lengthwise, so half it, and then I'm going to quarter it, all right? West Bloomfield, Michigan. Yay, everybody from Michigan. All right. It's funny that you guys in Illinois and Michigan, you guys are accustomed to a lot of different recipes than we are down here in the South. So Mary Beth and Eileen and Julie and Cheryl, you guys that are watching down here in Texas, you know, we tend to eat different things. So it's interesting then, some of you guys have been kind enough to share your recipes with me. And so it's great for me to be able to taste some things that I haven't normally tasted. Okay, so if you look, oh, isn't that pretty? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I actually used 4 carrots, but I quartered one and I halved the others. So, but if you are using thin carrots, 5. Now really, this is plenty for 2 people, all right? Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put these in my plate. If you go over, I mean, they'll shrink up, right? But we want them kind of laid out. Look at that, pretty, huh? Laid out. You might wanna take your thinner ones on the outside. There we go, so we can lay them flat. All right, we don't want any overlay. If you were gonna double or triple this, you could do this on a baking sheet. All right, now we're gonna take a bowl. Joanne, are you jealous? Look what I have. Look what I have, the sunburst pattern. Hey, Jan's in Bay City, you guys ought to get together. All right, in here, I have 1 tablespoon of melted butter. And I'm gonna put that, in my sunburst bowl. 1 tablespoon of melted butter. We're gonna use a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. Now remember, when you do brown sugar, you pack it in there, okay? All right, a 1/4 cup of brown sugar in our little bowl, whatever color bowl you have. There we go. And we're gonna use a 1/4 cup of maple syrup. Now, if you don't, that's not pancake syrup. Rebecca, hello Rebecca. It is not pancake syrup. This is maple syrup, okay? If you don't have maple syrup and you don't want to go to the grocery store, you could obviously substitute honey. Oh, you have the nesting bowls. Okay, wow. Some of us have like favorite patterns, and Joanne, and we kind of stick with those. I've kind of gotten out of that. Rebecca has forced me over the last 10 years to start buying different patterns. So now that's why I have a lot. Okay, so now we're gonna give that a stir. Look in there, is that lovely? Oh my goodness. I'm gonna do just a pinch of salt. Look at that, a pinch, in there. And why? Because even if we're doing a sweet dish, we need a little salt, because salt is a flavor enhancer, right? Now, to this, I'm gonna add one other thing, and I know you think I'm gonna be weird. I'm gonna add red pepper flakes. Now, even if you don't like spicy stuff, here's what I'm suggesting. Just do a pinch, okay? See the little red pepper flakes? We're just gonna do a pinch, and that's fine. But we just need that salt. We just need a little bit of something in there. Now, if you really like red pepper flakes, give it up. I think watching Cindy's Kitchen is getting very expensive. Loisan, I'm sorry. Okay, now I'm gonna take my yummy, look at that, maple brown sugar butter, and I'm gonna drizzle this all over my carrots. Now, here you have to make an option. You can get your hands all gucky if you want, and get your hands in here and make sure your carrots are fully yumminess with the maple and the brown sugar. I will tell you, however, it's gonna get all over everything, because you know that brown sugar and that maple syrup are gonna get all yummy together. And here, I'll just make sure I get it on the tops of everybody, okay? So everybody's got some loving in the oven. All right, now, look, yummy. All right, so I'm putting this in my oven, 400 degrees. Now, time. I know you're gonna do well, how long, Cindy? And the answer is, it depends just a little bit, all right? And it depends on how thin are your carrots, right? So if they're very thin, you might get by with about 30 or 35 minutes. If they're a little thicker, let's say you did those fat baby carrots and you only cut them in half, you might have to cook those closer to an hour. So it just depends. You need to keep after about 35 minutes, you need to kind of give it a glance and keep an eye on it. You don't want your brown sugar and everything to burn, right? You just want to keep everything yummy and good. If you want to get in there and give it a toss, you can, but really not necessary. All right, in the oven we go. Ta and da, first recipe done, 10 minutes. And if I wouldn't have been chitty chatty with you, it would have been much less. Okay, before we start on our next recipe, I have Asifa from Pakistan. Good morning. I have a favor to ask. And here's the favor, and you don't have to do it right now, but if you wouldn't mind, just because it's a game I'm playing. You guys know that I have a United States map and a world map, and we've been marking off when people come in from various states. So here's the states I'm missing, okay? If you know somebody from one of these states, oh, there she goes. See, you can't really tell, but we've got little X's on states that we have people from. If you know somebody from one of the states that we're missing, if you would share this video with that person, I'm not asking you to share on your page, because I know some people don't like to do that. That's fine. But share with that one person and ask them to watch the replay and write #replay and the name of their state. Here's the states I'm missing: Utah, Nevada, Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, Iowa, Arkansas, Mississippi, Georgia. How am I missing Georgia? Delaware. Oh no, it says New Jersey, but I had New Jersey. Sorry, I know who lives there. Vermont, New Hampshire, Washington, D.C., though not technically one of the 50, right? And Alaska. I have Hawaii, but I don't have Alaska. If you know of someone in one of those states, Carrie's from Delaware. All right, Carrie, I'm marking you off. Delaware is marked off. I gotcha. Okay. All right, if you're from one of those states and you're watching, tell us. Otherwise, if you wouldn't mind, let's see how many, if we can get the whole United States marked off. All right, that being said, I appreciate it if you do it. Let's start our second recipe. Our second recipe is a repeat. We've done it before. Several of you have made it. It's the bacon smoked Gouda Quiche. But I thought this would be excellent as a breakfast for two or a little more, but you know, it's so good. 2 people for the whole dish. I thought this would be a great Thanksgiving morning breakfast, right? So, again, pie plate. This is in the burgundy berry green pattern if you're looking. So, a pie plate, 10-inch pie plate, and we're gonna need a pie crust. Obviously, some of you are great pastry bakers and you make your own pie crust, and I love you, but it isn't me. So, refrigerated, store-bought crust. There you go, okay? So I'm just gonna unroll that puppy, la la la, and stick it in. When you just ordered that one. I have 2 of them, Janet. I do, I have 2. So now, obviously, you know how to put a crust in a pie pan, right? You say that, except this morning when I was doing it, one side has like a lot of crust and the other side is down low. I didn't get it even. Now, you don't have to do this, but I take either a knife or a fork. Look, you can take a fork and I just poke. You don't have to do this. Normally you do this like if you're gonna blind bake pie crust, but we're not. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna set this aside and we're gonna start with the innards. Haha, it isn't me either. I know, right? I love to cook. Baking, not so much. All right, we're gonna need a bowl. Let me set this aside. Let me also say, several of you have these canisters. And I know I have heard on Rebecca's shows, does it have a rubber lining, you know, or a cork lining? And when she says no, a lot of you guys don't buy them because you're like, oh, well then it won't keep everything. Let me just say that I have flour in one, sugar in one, brown sugar, that's my brown sugar in one, powdered sugar in one. I mean, you know, I have a lot of things. I have a lot of these. That being said, nothing dries out. Nothing gets in as long as you keep your lid on it. And so if you're not using these, if you have these and you're not using them, it'll be fine. So, okay. Woo! All right, so we have a pie crust in our pie plate. And the first thing in the ingredient is bacon, right? So we're gonna need some bacon. You're gonna need about a cup, and I hate that. And I know the last time, oh, you don't have the counter space. Well, I'm sorry. Boo. Because I do love looking at them. Anyhow, that being said, I hate when people say a cup, and then I went ahead and did it. Let me just say 10 pieces of bacon. How about that, right? 10 pieces of bacon cooked and crumbled. Now, if you're lazy, hello, I'm lazy. If you're lazy and you don't want to make a mess and cook bacon, this is the pre-cooked bacon. I know, so sad, so sad. More expensive, I know, but lazy. So you have to choose lazy, expensive. Lazy, expensive. I went lazy. And inexpensive, right? All right, so we take our pie crust and we're gonna put our bacon all along the bottom. Now, if you don't like bacon, you certainly could put Canadian bacon in here. You could put ham in here. You could put cooked prosciutto in here. You could, anything you want. Turkey bacon, if you like turkey bacon. Because this quiche should be something you like. And if you can't eat bacon or you don't have it or you whatever, so there you go, on the bottom. Now the next thing we're gonna need is 3 green onions chopped up. See? 3 green onions chopped up. Yummy, huh? Yum. And we're gonna layer this on the top of our bacon. Now you need the green onions because you need that little bit of bite, right? I don't like using like a yellow onion or a white onion. Why? That's just too much of a bite for me. You certainly could use those onions if you sauteed them first, but again, too much work for me today. I like the dump method. Okay, isn't that pretty? Now the next thing that needs to go in here is smoked Gouda. Normally, when I make this recipe, I buy a package like from the deli. Like go to the deli and get smoked Gouda and they slice it and I have them slice it fairly thin. Then I bring it home and I use my trusty knife and I dice it up and I put that in there. Well, today, this is what I have, right? This is a round of smoked Gouda and it's pretty, isn't it pretty? Here's the deal. When you open it up and you go, look at that. I don't know if many of you buy cheese all wrappy like this, okay? And you look at that, do not take a bite because here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna cut it in half. And now, well, maybe you can't see, but here's cheese, and then you will notice that this is a wax covering. So the whole thing is covered in wax. That means you need to peel it off. So all I do is I just do a little, you don't have to go all the way in, but just run your knife, because it's not very thick. And then take your finger, and you should be able to just peel it off. See how it just popped off? Trash bowl. And then we'll do this side. See, just take your finger. See how that wax is right there? And you're just gonna peel that off. Okay? And see how it comes off? La la la. It was the little package. Now, why am I telling you this? Because this morning, even though I knew that, this morning I did another one. And I got my bowl and I got my box grater and I started to go to town. La 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 la, right? Oh, I know. Someone posted they hate when I say la 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 la, but too bad. It's just me. And I noticed that it was a little hard. I was like, wow, it's not as soft. And the answer was Goofy Cindy had not cut the wax off. What a moron, right? Moron, Cindy. And so I had to throw it all away because it was shredded up. And it's almost the same color. The wax is almost the same color. So, hello. I know. Laugh at me. Go ahead. Tell me what a goofball I am. So I had to throw that away. The whole thing. Because I couldn't tell what was cheese and what was wax. So sad. So sad. I know. Okay. Here we go. If you have some bigger pieces in there, that's okay. All right. If you don't like to use your box grater and you have the shredder attachment on a food processor, you certainly could do that, okay? Pretty, huh? Yay, yay. All right, now you only need a cup. This is more than that, right? Because I had already started. I know, come on, laugh at me, it's okay. So here we have our pie crust in the bottom, our refrigerated store-bought pie crust. Then we have a layer of bacon that we've diced up, cooked, crumbled, diced, whatever, cooked bacon on the bottom, 10 pieces, thereabouts. Then we have a layer of green onion. For me, it was 3 green onions to cover the bottom. So 3 green onions. And now we're gonna top it with our smoked Gouda. Now again, I shredded a little too much because you really only need a cup of smoked Gouda. What will I do with my leftover shredded smoked Gouda? Oh, come on. A big bowl of soup with smoked Gouda melted on top. Oh, a smoked Gouda grilled cheese sandwich. Oh, hello. So there's a lot of things I'm going to be doing with my leftover smoked Gouda cheese. All right, it's all on there. Let me ask, we've done this recipe before. How many, if any of you, have made this recipe? How many of you have made this recipe? Let me know. All right, now we're gonna set this aside. Setting it aside. And now we gotta make the quiche part, the quiche. All right, so you need a bowl. And you need either a regular whisk, a fork, or your Danish batter whisk. Yay! Well, it is so good, Debbie. Deb, it is so good. Now we're gonna need 3 eggs, okay? One eggy, 2 eggies, and 3, okay? Eggs are in. Everybody's so quiet today. What is your, because we're gonna be doing Thanksgiving recipes from now until Thanksgiving. What is a Danish batter whisk? It is this, Pam. And it's a Danish thing, but it is cool. One of the ladies on our show, Joanne, bought 2 of them and sent me one. And since then, it is like my favorite tool. It is a great whisk, stirrer. It doesn't matter what you're making. The Danish batter whisk is phenomenal. So there you go. I think she got it on Amazon. You need to learn to just practice. Chung, 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 chung. All right, so I have 3 eggs in the bowl. We're gonna give that a toss. La, 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 la. It's like we're making scrambled eggs. You bought one, but you haven't used it yet. It's awesome. Look at that. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and put in a pinch of salt. I could measure, but I shan't. A pinch of black pepper. Pepper for your poppycock. Okay? I'm gonna give that, and we're gonna need a teaspoon. Hold on, let me get my, a teaspoon. Look at these. Aren't these cool? These are cool. I still haven't done the bread. Oh, I wish. Okay, so your garden, you still have the big ones? Look at that. These are from my little tomato plants. So I gotta use those. I got these and I got these. These are really hot Thai chili peppers, like way hot. So I'm gonna pickle them. And then these are the little tomatoes off my tomato plants. So I gotta make something with those. The green pattern is your favorite. Yes, it is gorgeous, isn't it? Make deviled eggs, plenty of practice. Oh, I know, because you got your whisk at Ace Hardware. Oh, I didn't know they carried them. Okay, I'm gonna put in a teaspoon of smoked paprika. This is a key. We have smoked Gouda and smoked paprika. It's a big, power in your mouth, okay? So, a teaspoon of smoked paprika, okay? Now, I'm telling you to do this in this order. Does anyone know if I'm making focaccia bread from scratch, can I use bread flour or all-purpose? Ooh, I don't know the answer to that. If you use, I don't know the answer. But you know that the only difference between bread flour and all-purpose flour is all-purpose flour does not have baking, I think it's baking soda. Jessica, can you tell me the day the green apple and Snicker bar? Yeah, Jessica will look for that and send you that recipe. That was good. The apple and Snicker salad. Who would have thought? Although really, Nina, she'll send it to you. But it's just apples cut up Snicker bars, and Cool Whip. I think that's all it is, but she'll look it up and send it to you. It frosted there, no more garden till next year, Iowa. Oh, gotcha. Okay, now look at that. You see how beautiful red it is? And I tell you to do it this way. It's easier to get the paprika, you know, all beat in before I add a cup and a half of half and half, okay? Half and half. If you don't have half and half, but you have heavy whipping cream, you could use half heavy whipping cream and half milk. I mean, you certainly could do that. All right, I'm gonna give this another beat just to ensure everybody's happy and in the party. Look at that. Nobody said, did I ask what everybody's favorite Thanksgiving dish was? And nobody answered, boo-hoo. Okay, so there we go. All of our stuff is on the bottom. There we go. Now we're gonna take all of our liquids, 3 eggs, a cup and a half of half and half, a pinch of salt, a pinch of pepper, and a teaspoon of smoked paprika, okay? And over the bowl, we're gonna pour, okay? La, 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 la. Oh, look at that. I am digging how gorgeous that is. Yay, yay, and yay. All right, I'm just gonna smooth it out and just give it with my whisk. Your stuffing, sausage and apple, yum. There was somebody from Iowa. Okay, I did not. Iowa, let's check off Iowa. Yay, that's so awesome. Sweet potato casserole of marshmallows is your favorite. Okay. All right, so I just wanna make sure all my cheese is in there. There we go. And we're gonna put this in a 325-degree oven for 45 minutes to an hour. You just wanna look at it and make sure. Sweet potatoes, apricot glazed sweet potatoes. Oh, Eileen, haven't done that one. Maybe you should share. Can you refrigerate overnight and bake in the morning? Yes, Kim. The thing I will tell you, Kim, is if you are using Polish pottery and you put this in the refrigerator overnight, put this in your oven when you get up the next morning. Put this in the oven and then start it. Do not preheat your oven, all right? So if you're putting something, a piece of Polish pottery, and it's been in the refrigerator or it's cold, you don't want to put it into a hot oven, okay? Just so you know. All right, here we go, in the oven, 45 minutes to an hour. Oops, it has to go in the top because my carrots are in the bottom. Oh, they look so beautiful. Now you say, well, but Cindy, what does it look like? Ta and da. I know I had to make some earlier. Now, you may be looking at this and say, that is not enough carrots for anybody. Well, if you're cooking for a ton of people, no, it is not enough carrots. Deb Corley's recipe for brined turkey. Apricot glazed chicken, yum. All right, I'm gonna use, it's fall, so I'm gonna use my little fall plate. Now I want you to look at this, okay? So, well, maybe I need to get my, hold on. Get my spatula. Oh, it's hardened up. I should have moved them. I should have moved them before they cooled. Okay, come on out of there, honey bunches. Come, come, come. All right, there we go. All right. Oh, look at that. That's the one I'm gonna take. All right, so I'm gonna take these and put these on my plate. Now what I said was this is gonna be a good side dish for 2 people, right? So you don't need a ton of food for 2 people, right? And so remember, I just did 5 carrots. You wanna make more, that's fine. It doesn't matter, it's all good, okay? Look at that. So if you were having something salty, like ham, this would be an excellent side dish. So you see, it's not very much, but if you're just like, that's like a helping, right? So I would separate that, and there's 2 helpings right there, you see? Okay, so let's taste the bottom. Now take them out as soon as they're done, because the longer it sets, caramelizes, right? Okay. What is September 11th? Why does she say, oh, I don't know. Anyway, and I'm going to, yes, I'm going to use my fingers. So, yep, sorry, using them. It's just me. Ready? And I'll lift my fingers. Na, 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 na. So good. Here's the even better thing to do. And I've already done this, but I'll put a little bit more on there just now. As soon as they come out of the oven, if by chance you have any crystal flaked sea or salt, this is salt that's, I'm gonna put some in my hand so you can tell. It's flakes of salt. If you have any of this, as soon as it comes out of the oven and you put it, whatever, take just a little of the salt flakes and put them on top. And if you do that, right when it comes out of the oven, it'll melt on there, okay? You don't need a whole lot, right? But just ensure that everybody gets some flakes. What do I do with the lid? Oh, there it is. Now, it'll melt on there, but it is like you're eating this really sweet brown sugar, maple syrup, yummy carrot, and then bam, you got to hit the salt. It's very good. Roast carrots with avocado oil, salt, pepper, onion, garlic powder. I have not. I've never used avocado oil. I've used canola oil, vegetable oil, olive oil, and coconut oil. There you go. All right, so there we go. There's our carrots. Yum and yum. Now we gotta taste our quiche. Yum! All right. So, here's the quiche. Can you tell I did not do a good job on making sure my pie crust was even? Look at this. Look at that. Here's all the crust up here, and then it goes la 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 all the way down. So, not either. I do like avocado. Okay, now, here we go. We're gonna cut in. Yum. Which way to go? Yum. Now, in this house, we just cut it in fourths. Everybody has a half of a pie, or a quiche, right? But, maybe you guys aren't pigs like we are. Here, I'll use this one. All right. And out we come. Look at that. Yum, yum. Green onion, bacon, and all that yummy smoked Gouda. All right. Look. Oh. All right, let's take a taste. Although I already know. Yummy, yummy. So if you bought your pie plate and you're looking for something good to make in it, this is it. Look at that. So good. So good. So our two recipes today, maple glazed roasted carrots and a bacon smoked Gouda quiche. Okay, and look at that. There's where the time has gone. Don't forget to share. If you're watching the replay, hit replay and where you're from. And we marked off 3 states. I'm very excited. If you know somebody from the states that we didn't call out, have them watch the replay and do hashtag replay and where they're from. Again, we're missing Utah, Nevada, Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, Arkansas, Mississippi, Georgia, Vermont, New Hampshire, Alaska, and the District of Columbia. So if you know anybody from any of those places, share it with them, forward it on. You're so sad at the end of Cindy's Kitchen. Well, we'll be back on Thursday at 11 o'clock Central Standard Time, just like every week, with some more recipes as we near the Thanksgiving holiday. So you guys have a great day. From my kitchen to your kitchen, may your Thanksgiving recipes start to be planned, maybe go ahead and give it a shot before Thanksgiving to see how lovely it truly is. You guys have a lovely day, and I will see you again Thursday at 11. Bye, everybody.